Hey guys, how's it going? Random Andrew here. Welcome to another random vlog. Today we're out on Fingal Road, Fingal Line. It's kind of a historic site. I'd say it played its role in its little bit of Canadian history. Right now it's known as the Fingal Wildlife Management Area. But long before this was a wildlife preserve of sorts, it had its part in training pilots, bombers, gunnery pilots, you know, like for the war, for World War II. And this was from, correct me if I'm wrong, 1940 to 1945. Trying not to get too close to this guy's truck that's parked here. Somebody else out enjoying the area. But here's your information placard if you want to pause it and read it. Or, I'll just read it off real quick. The RCAF, No. 4 Bombing and Gunnery School. No. 4 Bombing and Gunnery School was a unit of the British Commonwealth Air Training Plan. The plan from April 29th, 1940 to March 15th, 1949 graduated over 130,000 aircrew, of which 73,000 were Canadians. That's a pretty big number. No. 4 bombing gunneries consisted of the main station at Fingal, bombing ranges at Dutton, so this would be the main station I presume. So the bombing ranges at Dutton, Melbourne, Frome, and Tempo, which are all little towns around here. A marine section at Port Stanley, bombing and gunnery ranges on Lake Erie. No. 4's bombing and gunneries operated from November 25th, 1940 to February 17th, 1945, during which time over 6,000 non-pilot air crew members graduated from the school. This memorial is dedicated to all who served No. 4s, especially those whose named on the back of this plaque lost their lives in the course of the duty at Fingal. And you can see everybody, Kettle Creek, erected by Kettle Creek Conservation, private donations, province of Ontario. A quick look on the back. You can't see it all because a lot of the bush is overgrown. So, I rode all the way out here on the e-bike. This is like 20 kilometers out of town. And it says no dirt bikes and no ATVs. This is neither. This is an e-bike. It's got a very, very low impact, so there's no pollution coming off it. I don't leave a big dug up track or a knobby tire, so I think we're safe to at least ride it a little further in. And I've got a special treat for you guys. Before we go wandering, we're gonna send up a drone. Show you some of the signage here. It's a warning of poison ivy. It says Fingal impacting the world. Little flyer telling about it. There's tick tips. So imagine there's some ticks out here. And then there's kind of a travel guide showing the 720 acres that this property is. So they used to have runways out here. They used to have many buildings. Many buildings. I'll have to throw up a picture in here so you can see, but we might wait till we get to that part once the drone's up in the air. Alright, let's go explore. Well guys, we have a little bit of a drone failure. Classic mistake I used to make. No memory card. I totally didn't even think to put one in it. Before I left the house, Ethan, drone flies great still. I had one little issue where it sounded like it cut out and said signal lost. So I'm not sure about the range on this thing anymore. But I had it up in position, ready to start recording my clip, and then that was it. So they got this area here. Got lots of little trails and arboretum, so all kinds of different trees and stuff, but it's a path going through. Not quite what I'm out here looking for. Today, instead of showing you it being a wildlife preserve, I want to show you the former gunnery range, or what remains of it. And the only things I could really see on Google Maps, or my short little stint up in there's a concrete pad, Maybe a couple outbuildings or something left. We're gonna go look at that. But here's what you see on the first branch of the road. So this would have been an entrance back in the day. The road would have branched off either way. And if you look at the old picture of how it was set up, you can kind of see why. It looks to be that there was a lot of buildings right up and along here. These were the runways. So we're not going to go back into this stuff. We're more interested in seeing what's left of the actual base. If you want to come out and check this out, and you're into hiking and checking things out like that, by all means. Oh, here we go. So War to Roses Trail. In case you're wondering where I was reading that, there's a War to Roses Trail. So here's kind of, if you could see it too well, yeah. You could see where I was saying the layout of the runway. These buildings that were here and the concrete pad that remains right there. That's what we're going to go have a look at. This would have been the road coming in that I just, right here. And it splits off, and we're going to go off this way. See what we can't find. Another shot of the runways. This lovely lady in the Fingal Air School sign. Okay, so I pretty much got to pack the drone up and we're going to wander that way. Remnants of concrete. So along this area here, there would have actually been buildings, but as you can tell, everything is so grown up and over. There's nothing left in it. That's all trees now. That's an old fire hydrant. A fire hydrant's a fire hydrant. If you look here, this is a backstop. The concrete building was called backstop. One end was filled with soil. The new gunners would fire from the airplane's turrets on the ground to get used to the guns and the turret before firing from the air. And that's that there. Over here, incinerators. You can see in the picture. And I'll read it off here. It says incinerators. There were 4 concrete incinerators lined with fire brick. These were used to burn any papers that were not to be made public. Either a senior NOC or an officer were present to make sure everything was burned. There are 3 more fire hydrants. Please find them. Oh, well, that's one. I don't think you're gonna find the others around here. But these concrete incinerators they're talking about are through here, and I'm not really dressed to be trucking down through here, but they're right over there. You guys can see those. Interesting. We'll have to come out here when we're dressed appropriate to be there. I'm already getting munched by mosquitoes. Ooh, look at that. Nice big juicy raspberries. Have to be getting out picking them soon. Alright, so we found one of the fire hydrants at least. Remember, if you were here in 1940 to 1945, there were buildings all over here. And apparently a great big backstop. I don't see the concrete backstop thing they're talking about anymore. Do you see the fire hydrant in the picture at all? Nope. Following further along what was the road, another intersection, or would have been an intersection. So this is the Ian Carmichael Trail and the War to Roses Trail. So we're going to continue going this way. So you can go that way. There's somebody walking out that way. Or you can go this way. We're going to go this way. Still looking for that concrete pad. I'm actually wondering if it might be even in an overgrown area that we can't quite see. Oh, I see buildings. Okay. Alright, I think this is where we get off the bike again. Alright, well this is just a couple of sheds that have been put up since. Maybe for an observation platform, but it's on a bit of a concrete pad here. I'm not sure that this is the concrete pad. Ooh, big old hornets there. I don't want to stir them guys up. Oh, okay, we're getting there. So maybe maintenance supplies or something in there, but this is an original foundation pad for what was once here. Now keep in mind, there was a great deal of different aircraft that they trained to fly and they trained bombing runs with from out here. So when you have great big aircrafts, when you have bombers, you have a hangar. Boy, geez. And if we were back then, we would just have walked into a hangar. Have a look at this. This is the great big concrete pad. You can see on Google Earth, this was one of their big hangars. Just massive. At least the size of the, yeah, it's like a double-sized hangar. There's another trail sign over there with some information. So we'll wander over and have a look at what that is. Yeah, this is what you're pretty much going to find when it comes to abandoned military bases in Canada. A lot of things just torn down. So here's the information placard, and you can see the hangar that would be right here. Right there, it says, beneath your feet is all that remains of this huge structure. The hangar was used to service, repair, and store schools' aircraft. The group in front of the Bolingbroke is one shift to keep this outdated AC aircraft in the air, required round-the-clock maintenance. There you go. That's one shift. And that's one big hangar. Just doing a bit of a walk around the perimeter of what would have been the big hangar. I could see this would have been the edge of it here. And then there's another bit of trail that continues on further that way. I will get eaten alive because I'm covered in sweat. And there's bugs, mosquitoes, and everything out here. There's also a sign warning about ticks. So I'm in shorts because it's, oh geez, it's 34 degrees Celsius today. The Humidex is saying it's like 43. So it's a pretty hot one today. I'm seeing another lane that goes off out this way, and I'm guessing this would have been part of the runway. Interesting fact, you guys know Chewy. When they took the runways out, when they ground up all the pavement and started doing the preserve stuff, the gravel from that runway that came to be gravel all went out to his parents' place for their laneways. So that was probably a taxi strip out to the runway. We're gonna get out there, but we're gonna take a different way. So I do believe what you're gonna find is exactly what this place is now called, a nature preserve. These trees weren't here. They might have been, actually they might have been, because if you look at the row, they grow in such a clear straight row along here. They might have been saplings in the 40s, decorative, and then there would have been, was it 5 buildings in along this stretch here? It's nothing now. And then nice cleared area, great picnic spot. I mean, if you're looking for somewhere where you can just load up the kids in the van and drive on out, there's a plenty amount of picnic spots. Pine cones, because, well, kids love pine cones. Look at this. One of the old sewer grates, manholes. I'm not stepping on it. So it sounds quite open underneath though. So yeah, they would have had some kind of sewer system. We're going to keep going that way. We're working our way out towards what was the runways, I don't think we're on part of those right now. I think this would have been either like a parking lane, a staging area, taxi area, yeah, something like that. Alright, well, we're further out towards where the runways are. I can see an information thing over here, another one over here, and I'm guessing this would have been right along where the runways were. I'm gonna zip over there and have a quick look though, see what's there. If it's something cool, I'll show you, but there's not much more than that to see here. This place has been abandoned for over 60 years, left to nature. Well, here you go. This is what's left of a runway after 60 plus years of non-use. See that tree line? That was another edge of the triangle. And then so is along here. Over here, there's still some concrete left, so we're gonna go look at that right next. There you go. This is the most west to east, east to west facing runway that you've seen in all the pictures I've shown you. It still has, oh, that's probably tractor rubber. I was gonna say it still has skid marks from one of the last planes that landed. You can kind of see, but I'm betting that's from some kind of farm equipment planting this wheat. This would be a cool thought though, I mean, because you see it here and you see it over here. Wouldn't that be something else though? Some big bombers coming and landing on this runway. And there was the two others that formed a giant triangle. Hi, bike. So, the drogue towing Lysander. So for gunnery practice, the Lysander aircraft towed a drogue on a cable behind it. The ferry battle would fly alongside of it, and each of the student gunners would fire at the drogue. So it would have been like an early drone of sorts, but towed by the plane. Each of the gunner's bullets had a wax coating of different colors, so the gunnery officer could tell how many times each gunner hit it. Cool. So here's the Lysander. Not all landings were perfect. The above Westland Lysander made a forced landing and flipped over. No one was killed, thank goodness. Yeah, it's a pretty rough looking landing. Another one, the Bristol Bolingbroke. So that was the one we saw sitting in front of the hangar in that picture back there. The Boley was a twin engine, 920 horsepower aircraft, 56 foot 4-inch wingspan, top speed being 226 mile an hour. Its armament was 2 303 machine guns in the turret, plus being capable of carrying a 1,300 pound bomb load. It's a nice one for its day, you know. Then the Avro Anson. I read them all, I might as well read this one too. In 1939, the Avro Anson was selected by BCAT, British Commonwealth Air Training Plan, as one of its twin-engine training planes. It was made in Marks 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and used to train pilots, navigators, bomb aimers, wireless air gunners, and air gunners. Not all of them had a mid-upper turret. The Mark 1, as shown in the picture above, was also known as the flying greenhouse because of the glass sides. I could see that. Oh, there's something crawling up my leg. Okay, I'm getting eaten alive out here, and hope you guys enjoyed what we've been able to find and show. I do kind of want to come back out and add some drone footage in. So if I do post this, there'll be a second video following if I post it without the drone footage. If I decide to make another trip out just to get my drone footage, then I'll add it in. I don't know yet. It is a blistering hot day out, but always a good day to explore, especially with small increments of freedom. Would you look at this, ladies and gentlemen? We found a second fire hydrant. Remember I said they had 3. That's the second one. Now I imagine there's probably a hangar or more buildings in along here. World War II veteran, Royal Canadian Air Force, Jim Howe, Spartley. There you go, another fire hydrant. Good old bike. So this here, you can see the little bits of tarmac still sticking out. This would have just been a road, but you could kind of tell in the spacing apart of these roads just where about barracks, hangars, buildings of some kind would be or would have been. out here. I just leave the bike sitting here. I can wander away from it. There's nobody out here. Actually, I lie. I tell a small fib. I just ran into an elderly gentleman. I asked him, I was like, other than the remnants of the roads along here, the hangar foundation, is there anything else? Any other structure-like things to see? And he said, no. It's pretty much done. So, closed in 1945 to 2000. That's 55 years plus another 18 years. 68 years? 70 years? My math's way off, isn't it? I have a feeling I messed up on that math, but you get the idea. I saw this over here, so I thought we'd come look. The swimming pool. Oh my goodness, there is no longer a swimming pool. So, the swimming pool started out as a supplementary water storage tank. So out of fires as a big worry, and it was so necessary to have an adequate supply on hand, so the swimming pool served two purposes. Wow, so yeah, there was a pool out here even, guys. Somewhere out here, in this dense brush, there was a pool out here. You never know it. And here's something for y'all to think about while you're watching this. Okay, not even 100 years, and look, you'd never know there was actually anything out here. See that? It's one of their old telephone posts, maybe just a signpost. Partial marker left in place. And there's a couple other down here. Yeah. Just completely nature took back over. No more RCIF bombing base. Very cool. So if you're looking for somebody, if you're from the area, and I know a lot of you amazing subscribers are from the area, and you're looking for something to do, a way to get outdoors, get some exercise, even in the summer heat, right? There's shade out on these trails. I'm not in it right now, but there is shade out on these trails. So you'll never be too overheated or in the sunlight too long. I'm kind of curious. I am really kind of curious to find that pool. That would be interesting to even see the foundation of it or a small piece of it left. I see a little tarmac over here. Let's go this way. Kind of enjoying being able to explore. Look at that spider web. You guys know my love for spiders, right? Oh, what do we got here? So, another foundation area. This is where the fire hall was. And this is just basically talking about firemen who looked after the crashes, the camp beautification exercises. So like a lot of these shrubberies and stuff, those were turned into a lot of this stuff. I'm guessing. I don't know for sure. You can even see a steel piece in the concrete still. And this foundation actually goes back in here a little ways. Yeah, so again, poison ivy out here. I'm not looking to get any poison ivy. It just goes on and on and on forever. This was a pretty big facility. You guys seen, when I read off that plaque, you've seen those numbers for yourself. There was a lot of people stationed, trained, doing their thing here. And we'll walk back to the bike, keep moving along and exploring a little further. Out here doing what I like doing, filming. I'm on the e-bike. I don't usually drink Coca-Cola, but come on, it's cold, it's refreshing, it's hot out here. You know, and I got this nice camera now because of patience and working through, just patience more or less. Didn't really involve much working, but just patience and the right camera came along. Ethan's drone here because I meant to get some drone footage and I forgot a memory card. Classic move. But to the gist of what I'm getting at is I've been doing this whole YouTube video making thing for a few years now. A lot of the times creators have a bigger following, more subscribers by now, or if they don't, don't hit that mark, they kind of give up. They just fizzle out. I'm sticking with it because this is what I like doing, and I would really like to see it go somewhere someday. And, well, as you can tell, it really hasn't really boomed. We're at 300 and some subscribers right now, and I love each and every one of you guys. You guys are what makes this channel still worth trying. That and the drive to keep filming is what makes it worth, you know, my reasons. I have my reasons for filming, but for those of you who have been here, who have stuck here, or have joined the channel and are enjoying what you're seeing, a big special thank you to you guys. You know, I really do appreciate it. When I post a video and 3 or 4 days later I look at the views and I see them up above 25, 30, I know that's not a lot of views compared to other creators, but I don't have a huge following yet, so I don't expect a huge amount of views. But I want to say thank you to those of you who do tune in, who do view my videos and enjoy my content. So thank you very much. This little message, special shout out to you guys, and a huge thank you. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys sticking with the channel. And those of you who brought in other subscribers, huge thanks to you guys, because that's how the channel grows. It really does. So I'm going to sit here. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my little breather in the shade before I head back to St. Thomas. Thanks for watching. Appreciate your support, and we'll see you again real soon. Have a great one.